All right, once again, this is Keith at 50th Street Studio. We're getting ready to start Bride of Frankenstein. Let me introduce my co-host for the evening. Here is Michelle of the Dead. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi. Michelle, I know Michelle from Crypticon. We met through Crypticon. I don't know if we met before 50th Street Studio opened.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. But the weekend that we opened our studio location in Renton, Michelle was there, and while we showed our movies, we were showing these Saturday movies at a physical storefront location in Renton, Washington. For those of you who don't know, and our first weekend there, Michelle showed up and stood out front the whole time, handing out flyers while the movie was going on, and I was like, wow, thanks. Whoever you are.
Welcome.
Yeah, I very much appreciated the support, and I appreciate your continued support. What is your involvement with Crypticon? Do you have official involvement with Crypticon?
I joined Crypticon in 2016, and right now I am on part of the management team as far as planning goes. Mm-hmm. So we're just trying to find things to do to keep people interested right now. Live streams, things like that. Mm-hmm. Online, movies and everything else.
Yeah. It must be difficult. I'm glad I'm not trying to run a convention during these times.
Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah.
We're hoping next year we will be able to have it. So.
Yeah. I hope so too. Hello, everybody in the chat. We've got 10 people viewing on Twitch now. That's fantastic. Let me know. Say hello in the chat, everybody who's come in, and let me know if the sound is good. If you can hear everything. If the background music is too loud or whatever. So what? Steve says it sounds good. Good. When I asked people to co-host, I have a great deal of trouble finding co-hosts for the regular weekly shows. But when it came to the monster movies, everybody I asked said yes immediately. So I know that people are actually receiving my emails. So I know that people are actually receiving my messages and everything. Zaphod Beeblebrox came in. He says, howdy, sounds great. Background music is a little bit loud. Okay. All right, I'll turn it down a little bit. Dr. Dweeb says he's bummed. He was looking forward to see Cassandra Peterson. Oh, you mean the convention? Okay. Yeah. She was scheduled for Crypticon, wasn't she?
She was scheduled, not in costume, but as herself, and that's totally awesome as well. We hope to get her next year. So. Yeah.
I've met her before. She's very nice. We've talked about her plenty of times here on the show. Anyway, I got plenty of response from everybody to host the thing, and I asked people to pick the movie they want to host, and you said Bride of Frankenstein. Why particularly Bride of Frankenstein?
Well, because you needed a female, and she's also female. No, it's a very sad story that I love, and I can't wait to watch it again. So
yeah. Have you read the novel, the Mary Shelley's Frankenstein?
No, guilty face.
For those of us who have, it's these Frankenstein movies, these three Universal Frankenstein movies from the 1930s are really, really strange and unique. They contain elements from the novel, but they're really unlike the novel. They're really very unlike the novel. But the Bride of Frankenstein has more similarities to the novel. There is a subplot in the novel where Frankenstein does start to bring a female cadaver to life, and he does it because the monster threatens him. The monster threatens to kill members of his family. The monster has haunted him on and off for years at this point, and So he threatens him. He says, "Make a mate for me. You created me. I'm alone in the world." Um, and Frankenstein actually puts a body together, and he's in the process of starting to bring it to life, and then he says, "No, I'm not going to do it," and he disposes of the body, and then the monster um, seeks revenge by killing Frankenstein's wife uh, on their wedding night. It's a really gruesome novel, and really haunting in a lot of ways. It really is more of a ghost story than how we think of a monster story, like the movies. Um, anyway, let's get on with it. I always try to start every. I always like to precede every movie with a cartoon or a short film from the same year, and 1935 is when Bride of Frankenstein came out. So I picked a Betty Boop cartoon. Um, this is called Betty Boop and Grampy. It's the first appearance of the character Grampy, and it's really quite charming. The Max Fleischer studio was really great at coming up with these really catchy original songs for every cartoon. At this point, Betty Boop had been. This was the height of Hollywood censorship, and Betty Boop had been. Wasn't nearly as sexy and raunchy as she used to be. She's wearing a knee-length dress and is more of a housewife, a school teacher type. And they went about introducing supporting characters for her, like Grampy. And you also notice that she's walking through a three-dimensional model here. That is not a painted background. The Fleischer Studio built three-dimensional sets, three-dimensional landscapes for almost every cartoon they made during this period. And the backgrounds only appeared for a few seconds in each film. It was an awful lot of work. Mr. Fox guy says Grampy better be worth all this carnage. We'll let you decide that.
That must be Betty and the gang.
Betty and the gang.
Hello, Grampy dear. I brought you some company.
How do you do?
Howdy. Howdy. Hello.
Hiya, Grampy.
Hello.
How do you do, Grampy? Hey!
Come on, folks. Have some punch.
We've got 11 people viewing now. That's great. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
This seems like a really unsanitary way to store your punch.
That's a Spodie.
Yeah.
Serve the cake, Betty.
I sure will.
That's a big piece of cake.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Is that good? Say, Grampy,
Yeah,
Cake.
how about some...
Go ahead. Say again.
was just saying I want cake now.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike is pointing out that he already had a cake. He was.
I've got it.
He's a creative guy, but honestly, he lives in a cartoon world, so he can basically do anything. Ilfinity came in. He says Grampy's nuts. Ilfinity, you looks like you're new here. How did you find the stream? Can I bump up the volume a little bit? I can do that.
Grampy's a genius.
Okay, Ilfinity says that Maz28 mentioned us. Okay. Yeah, that's Miranda's friend who plays guitar on his stream. Hi, Miranda. Speaking of Miranda. Oh, you're not late, Miranda.
Oh, I can't take it. Oh, am I tired?
Yeah, over at Grampy's house. Okay. That's a 1935 Betty Boop cartoon. Featuring Grampy. Grampy's first appearance. They made a number of Grampy cartoons over the years. Now here we are. Bride of Frankenstein. And this beautiful Universal Pictures opening shot. Boris Karloff was already going by the one name, just Karloff. Universal have blocked the rest of this episode from YouTube. You can see this complete episode uncensored on our Twitch channel. There is a link in the description below. Please follow us on Twitch and join us every Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific for more cartoons.